cut up, pressed together, and stacked again repeatedly.
It's your boy Stick Bang. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Salted, boxed, and shipped here to the mouth trap mere hours later.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. What I love too is the inconsistency of shape, because they all create a little bit different texture and a little variation of flavor.
Yes, they do.
Ooh, here's a good one right here. All right. Sorry, I'm taking a moment.
There was no fire.
It's so creamy, just such a fresh, wonderful taste. The texture of it, it's like so thick, it's fun to chew through.
Yes, it is, yeah. They do a nice job over there at the creamery.
These cheese curds are so good, it's almost impossible to imagine them getting any better. But they do, and Dave's gonna tell me how.
So you've got the cheese curd, it was driven in a refrigerator truck, it gets to your door, and what do?
Well, it gets to our door, we put it away about 11 o'clock at night. Our first year, I think we probably brought in 3,500 pounds per night. Now we're bringing in 7,000 to 8,000 pounds. We get here bright and early in the morning, and 7 o'clock, we're making the batter.
What is the batter made out of? Is it a wheat flour?
It's got a wheat flour to it, right. It's got several ingredients that, like I say, it's proprietary. It's a batter that we buy locally here. We mix it with ice cold water. The consistency is very close to a pancake batter. The most important is getting that batter right. And if it is too thick, too thin, too whatever, then it kind of permeates throughout the course of the whole process.
I see the people mixing the cheese curds, and they're not being quick about it. They're massaging each single cheese curd. How important is that?
Really important. We want to make sure that each piece of the cheese is coated. We don't want to do the downward motion because that's just mashing it together. We want to keep it kind of like this. Once we make several batches, the operator generally has it down.
Last step, it's coated, it needs to go in the fryer. I don't see any timers here. How do you know when it's done?
Actually, by the look of it. The oil is at 400 degrees. We change the oil nightly. We clean the fryers nightly. So we're starting off with fresh oil. We drop them in.
That's something you don't usually see.
Kind of brown, and that's when you know they're done.
When I think stay fair, I think...
Check weapons and gear. You got time before deployment.
Here's my level of picking. There's little ones like this, which are going to be more crunchy. And then there's big bad ones like
Enemy
this, which are
soldier
like
nearby.
Juicy. Cheese juice. That's my favorite kind of juice. Screw lemonade, screw apple juice, orange juice. No, cheese juice.
Training's over.
Outside the U.S.
Time to see what you've learned.
Try the cheese curds. Cheese there is unlike cheese from any other place in the world. I've tried it all, and there's nothing that comes close. The only way to make it better is with what they've done here. It works in your mouth. It's just a spray of hot cheese goo. Look at these. They're all kind of stuck together like a big clump. That counts as one piece. Here's what's great about the bear. If they mark the calories on every food, this is information you don't want to have. We're trying to have some comfort food. Knowing the calories, we're making out of it.
We are going for infill.
This is it. This is dependable. We're bringing them up. That being said, there are a couple other new cheese creations being flaunted about here at the fair. These are cheese items that might deserve the spotlight, but don't usually get one. Cheese curd gets all the attention. They're like the hot chicken in high school, except 18 bucks. I can actually hang out with these. Let's check out some other cheese.
On State Fair Day 2, Calvin and I took on bizarre bites. Strange
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the
unusual
skies.
spicy mix between a donut and a biscuit. Surrounded with cream cheese and a comfort pastrami. And the Nordic walnut-based spicy cheese topped with well-aged toast.
Oh, wow. What a
Come on,
combination.
bro.
As you can see, folks in the Midwest are quite fond of comfort food that's designed to send you into a deep post-prandial coma. But when you wait for your insulin-induced slumber, you may reach out for something new. That's where hot Indian food comes in. They serve authentic Indian flavors in formats
Survive
familiar
this.
to the cheese roll today. I'm going to keep going with this.
This is a very interesting
this fight and you
international
return to
fried
the front
cheese
line.
sensation.
But
This is
if you
paneer
lose,
pakora.
you're done.
It's a popular
It's
batter
time,
fried
soldier.
cheese snack
Break up.
originating in northern India.
I've been to India many times. They love cheese, but they eat a really different type of cheese.
Milky cheese is an essential ingredient in
all that
many
time, but we'll
Indian
settle
dishes
the
called
score.
palak paneer, in which the paneer is simmered in a spinach curry.
Oh, it's so good. Wow.
Paneer cheese is made from cow or buffalo milk. It's curdled, kneaded, and cut into yummy, nutritious, creamy cubes. But this isn't even the paneer's final form.
Imagine cottage cheese, how that's kind of fun to chew on. Now imagine that in a cube form. They take that cube, they put their own signature masala on there, they give it a little bit of a dip in a batter, they fry it, and here it is. Indian cheese curds. What? Sounds pretty unique to me. On the side, we've got a sauce. We'll talk about that later. One step at a time. Boom. Bite number one. I'm going for it. I want it to be good. Is it going to be good? Let's see. Oh, I like that. Delicious Indian spices, similar to like a curry. Cheese curds, they melt. The paneer, it doesn't melt, so even though it heats up, it doesn't really change its physical state. It just becomes like a hotter version of the cube that it is. On the outside, it's nice and crunchy. It really matches the fair theme, everything being fried and in oil. Now, the sauce.
This is a butter chicken sauce, but for some reason, in Minnesota, they've decided to call it
Tomato butter, something I'd never heard of when I was in India. If I know anything about Indian cuisine, it's that you can never have too much seasoning or too much sauce or too much flavor. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's like a milky tomato sauce. And it's got a little bit of heat. On my spice meter, it's like a 1.5. But for Minnesotans, it's like a 7. This could kill my grandma. And she's already dead. That's actually true. My mom doesn't watch the show. Don't worry, guys.
On State Fair Day 3, Calvin returned as we took on this fair's infamous stick food. From dogs to alligators.
And smiling, look.
From a whole fried Snickers bar
So good. I'm going to go.
to a spaghetti dinner residing on a stick.
What do you call fake pasta? Other pasta.
Now I'm returning to oodles of noodles. What I'm getting this time may not defy gravity, but it's still as daring a food feat as any. In a pan, add cheddar cheese, palm oil, and macaroni. Mix well and serve in a bowl. But wait, isn't that just mac and cheese? You ask in a dumb guy voice. Well, yes, it is. Except they also add a load of Wisconsin cheese curds. This isn't your run-of-the-mill mac and cheese. My friends, this is a spectacle.
So it's still just mac and
Practice while you
cheese.
can. You'll be entering the field in a bit.
Or final State Fair food.
Now it looks like mac and cheese, but mixed in are those cheese curds.
Hostile
They're not
dropping into
fried
the
cheese
area.
curds. These
Watch
are
the
raw.
skies.
They're naked cheese curds. When they do a nice cheese pull, you can see the curds are kind of breaking apart,
man, I'm
melting.
lagging.
They're gooey. I don't know how much more cheese a man's heart or body can take, but we're putting it to the limits today. We're gonna find out.
That's not what. This.
Together, it's now a
Enemy soldier
world-renowned
nearby.
event, attracting over 2 million
Enough
guests
training.
all around the
Now
world
you
with
fight
fun
a real
activities and even more fun foods.
You can say goodbye to your waistline.
They're known for the classic fair foods you'd expect to see. But this is just the home of wild, out-of-the-box food innovation. That's why I'm here today.
You did?
We're starting with their stunning but strange sandwiches.
Calvin, welcome to the State Fair of Texas.
Calvin and I are on a mission to uncover the
His name is Calvin.
inventive
That's gas
sandwiches
you don't want
at
to
the
breathe.
State Fair of
Make your way to the safe zone.
Someone to think outside the box.
Cash drop is inbound. Intercept and seize the
Really
cargo.
breakfast cereal.
When you take too much melatonin and you have insanely vivid lucid dreams, that's what this is.
Jelly bread crumbs and really make them work.
I've never had a sandwich that will literally change your skin color.
In the end, we'll tell you which one gave us the most bang for our buck.
Let's go, let's go. Wait,
Kill all
wait,
targets.
actually, for real?
Go.
No, let's go. Okay.
Enemy soldiers
Today's
nearby.
Fire starts with the new kids on the State Fair block.
Mississippi and your name.
We do. Southside Steaks and Cakes.
Mike Tyson would struggle saying that name.
Southside Steaks and Cakes are making their debut at the State Fair of Texas this year. They've curated a menu full of dishes that don't follow any conventional cookbooks or recipes.
It has a lot of soul behind the food.
Their food comes from the heart, influenced by neighboring cultures as well as what they grew up with. They've got good tacos.
What part of it is hood?
The hood stands for the culture, so we can reach the people that we reach out to the most.
There's also Steak Chos, a collab between steak and Dorito chips.
We kind of dance when we're doing it, bring passion to it.
Calvin, you make tacos. Do you dance or do you remain motionless while you do it? Oh, you ready? This is a very good dance.
Here we have something called the Southside. And, you know, it's a nationally known dance.
Oh,
We
she doing this outside on TV. Ghetto ass bitch.
And this one is gonna get messy.
We're getting the realest cheesesteak.
Oh, I'm
This thing
sorry.
is absolutely
I
stuffed and
forgot.
packed.
But I was
First,
just
top your
playing.
chicken and steak with onions and bell peppers. Then
Babe,
mix
where
those
you
two meats
later?
together. Add butter, a special homemade seasoning, and then 3 different cheeses on top.
3 cheeses.
3 cheeses.
We've got yellow American, provolone, and pepper jack. On the side, mushrooms and banana peppers. Stuff all that inside a toasted French roll, topped with their secret Texas sauce. It's not a Philly cheesesteak, it's a cheesesteak done the Texas way.
Calvin, you know what it's time for? Party time.
You gotta whip it up.
Oh, we gotta whip.
Yeah, now you have to break it down.
Look at this sloppy, beautiful mess right here. Handleability, not there. I tried to pick it up and the bottom broke out, but delicious ability on a 10.
A negative 5 bomb has been discovered.
Okay, let's
Stay
start.
alert.
Wow. The mixture between the chicken and the beef, they really meld well together. And that provolone cheese brings it all together. Oh, I love provolone. I love you too. There's a secret sauce in this that I'm not really understanding. It's kind of like a ranch chipotle mix, something like that. That really brings in a different contrast to what usually is just a Philly cheesesteak. This makes it a Texas cheesesteak. I'm just gonna scoop the fillings. Screw the bread. I'm just going for the innards. It's just seasoned perfectly. The steak has a nice texture to it. The cheese is kind of ooey and gooey and combining all the other elements together. That, to me, my friend, is a damn good sandwich. Is that something like Texans do? I saw it on a cartoon once, and he had a big Texas hat. And he said, is that still allowed?
Round 2, a sandwich that leaves a mark. Literally.
This is Calvin. You can fist bump him, maybe. That's probably good enough. Okay.
Fruteria Kendall, a family-run Mexican food joint that
Got
brings
gas
the
moving in.
flavors of their 26-year-old restaurant here to the state fair.
We got
Load out
tacos,
truck, headed your way.
flautas, we have a machete.
We have tacos.
I heard machete's like a nice.
Machete is a long quesadilla.
Machete.
Just call it quesadilla.
It's shaped as a machete, so might as well put it in
They
there.
have no choice. You guys have been here since 2013. Has the menu been the same the whole time?
No, we saw a need that we wanted a wow factor, and pambazo is one of them.
Now, you grew up in California. There's a lot of Mexican food in California. Had you ever heard of a pambazo? Never.
First, warm the bread up on the grill, then red it up with guajillo or
Are you
fried
running,
chili
pussy?
sauce. On the
A
side,
negative
grill
5 bomb
chorizo
has
and
been
potatoes.
discovered.
Is this something
Get
you
with
eat
me.
at breakfast time, lunchtime, dinner time?
In Mexico, you can eat it anytime.
Throw that meat mixture onto the bread and add a week's worth of lettuce. Then to balance out the healthiness, sprinkle on a lot of patina cheese.
It's a very crumbly and salty cheese. Is it like a Parmesan? Imagine Parmesan in Mexico.
Finally, top it with sour cream.
Very quick. The chorizo is really savory. The potato, really nice crunch. But the star of the show, it has to be that bread. The bread is just so fluffy. It goes so well. It's inside, it has a ton of flavor. It soaked up some of that heat. Ooh, the cheese. The cheese is so sharp and tangy. I don't even want to know what my face looks like right now. It probably looks like I was boxing Mike Tyson. This is traditional Mexican street food. You're walking through Mexico City, we're hanging out, and we're having pambazo. I've never had a sandwich that will literally change your skin color. Definitely a unique experience, one of a kind, and it will leave you with a mark, hopefully, for life.
Next, a food stall kicking out sandwich innovations that are downright reckless.
What's it called?
Get fried.
We've come here to get fried.
Welcome to Get Fried. Honestly, you'd have to be a bit fried, either from heat stroke or some herbal enhancements in order to dream up this menu.
Howdy.
That's a little regressive.
Howdy.
Oh, all right.
Howdy.
There you go.
Howdy. Okay, enough.
We've got stuff like deep fried pickles and chicken in a pineapple bowl, but that's not even the best part. For this year's fair, they've created 2 new sandwiches.
That's a little
that really
aggressive.
push the limits of what a sandwich can be. I'm talking about their chickeny Krispy Kreme creation, which we'll be trying soon. And then there's this, the Fruity Pebbles Po' Boy.
The po' boy is made famous in New Orleans, and it's kind of like a bun made. Here, you have kind of like a personal baguette, and then you're putting what inside?
Deep fried shrimp that is battered in fruity pebble batter.
Is that legal?
It's Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas and better.
First, they coat wild-caught Gulf White shrimpies with their Cajun Fruity Pebbles batter. And you guessed it, it's time to get fried.
Do they have the tails on?
Yes, it's fried, honey. You'll be all right.
Extra calcium, right?
Now stuff the fried shrimpies inside a hoagie roll.
Can we ask for a tailless?
No.
Can I have extra tails in my sandwich?
Well, wait.
Finally, flavorize with ranch, sriracha, and Fruity Pebbles sauce. Then sprinkle on actual Fruity Pebbles cereal. This is the sweet, sugary cereal I ate as a kid, colliding with a New Orleans-style sandwich. I'm looking at it, I can see it exists for real, but should it exist?
This is like when you take too much melatonin and then pass out and you have lucid dreams. That's what this is. Somebody has brought this sandwich from the depths of their imagination to my hands right now. You can smell the sriracha, the ranch, and then the sweetness of the Fruity Pebble. It's either going to be just confusing and baffling to my palate, or it'll be just like this new revelation. Let's try just the shrimp to begin with. Mmm. I thought this would be on the sweeter side. It's not that sweet? No. This shrimp has all the flavors packed into it. It has saltiness, spiciness. I shouldn't like it, but I do like it. You do? I do. I could have sworn your was a fake Go play it back. It seems so fake. I'm gonna get that shrimp deep in there. You can see it still kind of cascading out the front. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. The fruitiness, it almost tastes like
Gas
it could
is
be
closing
lemongrass.
in.
No? Yeah.
Relocating the safe
You don't think so?
zone.
No, I don't. The shrimp on it by itself, it's really flavorful. And when I say flavorful, I mean a bit salty. But with the bread, it kind of balances it out together, and that pours the ranch and the sriracha and more Fruity Pebbles. I really didn't think I would care for it, but as I eat more and more of it, it's growing on me. The Fruity Pebbles aren't even a major part of the experience. It's just more than anything, it's giving it a little bit of a crunch factor. Agreed. It's really pretty aesthetically. I want to dip my wife in Fruity Pebbles now, but she's already pretty. So unnecessary. But for me, this might win most creative today, but I'm not sure. We need to go back and check with Amanda for one more sandwich. Wow, that was quite an experience. But next is the
Chicken donut sandwich, and it is phenomenal.
Calvin, can you guess the ingredients? Donut. Chicken. Dude, nailed it.
This sandwich begins with deep-fried glazed Krispy Kreme donuts. That's twice. This donut has gone through hell for our own gluttonous glory.
Will this sandwich cause cardiac arrest?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Deep fried, a pickle brine, subject matter chicken breast.
It's like chicken and waffles, but better. Way better.
The build. It's not complicated. Deep fried donut, deep fried chicken, deep fried donut. This will either give my taste buds PTSD or put my heart in a state of paralysis. Let's find out.
I love the whole sweet and savory combo. I wish more cuisines would do it. Like beef and pancakes, bologna and cheese, chicken and waffles. Like,
You've got gas moving in.
should we take a bite? We should. Oh my god! That is amazing! People right now will comment, oh, this is why Americans are bad. You know what we are? We're happy. This is delicious. Absolutely phenomenal. There's some kind of a beautiful crunch happening. Is that on the outside of the chicken? That is. It's a nice outer coating. Usually with chicken breast, I'm always scared that it won't be juicy. But this is juicy. Right here, you can see the donut has completely flattened out, hugging up against the chicken breast like a throuple. I guess what? When three people are in a relationship, they call it a throuple. Why not call polygamy? It can be called that too, but that's kind of been outlawed, and throuple is like a fun LA thing. Hey, we're all in a relationship together, and I hate my dad. This chicken breast is then brined in pickle juice. So you get this nice acidic brininess. Every time you take a bite, you like feel the sugary glaze squeeze out of the donuts and wrap around the chicken. I'm in love.
So far, we've had 4 unforgettable food fantasies come to fruition, but now it's time to stop playing. Our last sandwich contender is a legend at this fair. He's the guy who invented fried butter. We're gonna try that in a different episode.
Man, I wish you guys had fried meth.
Who says we don't?
Meet the Fry God himself, although he prefers to go by Abel Gonzalez Jr. You might have seen him as a judge on Deep Fry Masters.
Sometimes you overspice it and it just doesn't work.
This deity of all things delicious has won awards left and right for the past 19 years for blessing us mere mortals with heaven-level fried innovations, like this fried lobster tail, drizzled in champagne gravy.
That is luxury.
It is luxury at the state fair.
But today's not about luxury.
Trying to find somewhere to hide
We're
real quick.
trying out their cult classic sandwich. sandwich.
This is going to be our fit sandwich today.
But it'll be the best sandwich. Today you're having our very first big hit, the fried peanut butter, jelly, and banana sandwich. Let's make this happen.
These basic ingredients are all Ava needs to create an award-winning state fair attraction. Ready? First, whip up a regular PB&J. Spread peanut butter and grape jelly on 2 slices of white bread. The next step is inspired by the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
We get a peanut butter and smash some banana.
You got gas
and then
inbound.
fry it in
Safe
butter.
zone
So we took that
relocated.
idea, fair-to-fied it, if you will, and brought it out here.
Mash some fresh bananas and add that to the bread. Put 2 slices together, dip it in frying batter, then let it take a plunge in the good stuff.
Does it also have bacon on it?
Of course it has bacon on it.
The final touches: grape jelly, powdered sugar, and bacon. Time to done.
Our fifth and final sandwich of the day. Are you prepared? I'm stoked. It reminds me of a Monte Cristo sandwich. A Monte Cristo is basically a sandwich that is buttered and fried. Buttered or battered? Butter. What's batter? It's batter. Did they batter it with butter? I don't know. Did they butter or batter? It would taste butter if they battered it with butter. No, the butter in the batter. There's butter in the batter plus peanut butter. That's going to make it taste much better. If there's butter in the batter with peanut butter in the... And now we're done. It doesn't even look like a sandwich. It looks like a fine work of art. Here we go. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go for it.
What the fuck did you say to me?
Powdered sugar will choke you every time.
Well, do this.
Crispy. And the inside.
You've got gas moving in.
It's fluffy.
Use them.
Bacon and sweet thing. They go together. Like me and Calvin. Would you be bacon or am I bacon? I'll be bacon. Wait, I'm jelly? No, you're sweet. Oh. Is that sweetness? Is that savoriness? But I like the texture on this one. It's really, really nice. I may never, ever eat PB&J the same way ever again. I think what makes it beautiful is the simplicity of it. These are ingredients that everybody in the USA has in their household right now, except for the batter and except for maybe an industrial size fryer. But somehow, when you take these simple ingredients and slap it together in the way he has here, and you coat it with the perfect batter, it just elevates it to a whole new level. That is awesome. This is going to be a tough one. We have a big lineup today. The only thing we have to do from here, Calvin, is decide which one is the most creative and which one is the most delicious.
No,
Let's
it's
do
just
that in a
cold.
different location after a music break. The most creative sandwich today had to have been the Fruity Pebbles po' boy. Oh, I have to agree with you.
That's your heart.
Isn't that crazy how they can take a very basic cereal and make it something completely extraordinary?
He is
Calvin, which sandwich do you find to be
broadcasting.
the most delicious. The most delicious.
But he is a
sandwich I
husband
had
first.
was 2 donuts and the chicken.
Y'all better
It
get
doesn't
y'all
make sense.
wife.
How can something that has 2 ingredients be good? It was phenomenal.
Yes.
Yes, I love that one. For me, I gotta say,
Yes,
most delicious,
baby.
the fried peanut butter
You
and
are a
jelly
husband first.
with B&B. Absolutely
I don't care.
delicious. I love the idea behind
Thank
it.
you.
I love
Die
the
first.
he's
No, you're not gonna
entrepreneur.
die.
That's just
You
day
ready.
one of
Right
the
now,
state
you're
fair in
done.
Texas.
Come on, go ahead. You
Today,
did not die.
for the most bizarre, strange food you'll find anywhere right here in the state of Texas.
The State Fair of Texas, a breeding ground for daring culinary experimentation.
It's like candy with beef in it. Am I gonna actually taste the beef?
Of course.
Including America's latest unhealthy, high-calorie obsession.
You invented fried butter?
I invented fried butter.
No one's gonna contest this online.
I dare them.
Time to see which of these foods will become the next American staple. Let's go.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the
At
safe
the
zone.
State Fair of Texas, when you check out fair food menus, you'll sometimes notice these rare badges. That means food spectators recognize as being the most delicious or creative by the Big Tex Choice Award. It works like this. Each year there are 10 nominees and 1 winner in the categories of Best Savory Food, Best Sweet Food, and Most Creative Food. Here, Ruth has won 4 awards, including 2 just this year.
Ruth, you ready?
Yes.
I want to give you a handshake, but I don't want to throw you off balance.
Positive ID on the bounty target. Let's make this quick.
You're almost 80 years old. People who retire at 65, are they losers?
Well, I wouldn't say that. No.
Her shop opened at this fair in 1988. Back then, she was specializing in tamales. Over time, her menu expanded, and so did her accolades.
We made the finest for the savory and the sweet. Brisket brittle is my sweet, crispy, crazy corn, the savory.
And they both were finalists.
So for both finalists.
I want to talk about some of these menu
Yes,
items
it's
because I'm
inbound.
so excited. The first thing I saw on your menu was the brisket brittle.
Yes.
Now, I've had peanut brittle, and I love peanut brittle. But what is a brisket brittle?
Instead of the peanuts, add the brisket. Oh, flavorful. Oh, yes.
Can you do that in anything? Could I do that with a Snickers bar? Take out the peanuts and put in brisket?
Peanut brittle. It's a blood candy, usually embedded with peanuts. Here, instead of peanut, they use Texas beef brisket.
Am I gonna actually taste the beef?
Of course.
Peanut brittle, to me, it's like a Christmas confection. I'm here in Texas, and this brittle is filled with brisket. Hold on, is this brisket? It's very brittle. Did I mention it's in a boot? I'm trying to find the most brisket piece. You can see little fossilized pieces of brisket inside. It's sweet, it's crunchy, and then it's sticky after that. And the briskets release their own flavor crystal filled with smokiness and barbecue-ness. Mike Calvin now is adding this to the end of words where it doesn't make any sense. This is brilliant. I never would have thought to put these two together. They took a holiday treat and they Texasified it.
This year, the brisket griddle was nominated for Best Sweet Food. They were also nominated for this unusual take on the taco.
That's so steak there, Brandon. You have the raw with the tomato, and you're having a full meal.
Oh,
Okay,
shoot.
how many bites do you think that will take to eat?
Pretty good meal.
I have a pretty big mouth.
Bill's taco cup starts with 2 scoops of cilantro rice placed deep inside the cone, then a plop of black beans. Layered on top of that, barbacoa, a type of slow-cooked beef. Next, a scoop of pico de gallo, then a sprinkle of cheese, a lime
Enemy
oil, and
UAV
green
active.
jalapeno sauce.
This is about kind of a bizarre food delivery. Usually, a taco is going to be inside
Fire
of
deployment's fueling up
When I
now.
was in
Time to
Korea
wrap
a
this
while
up.
ago, I had a pizza cone, and
Get
it was
to the
in
new
very
safe zone.
doughy cone
Gas
that
is
had all
closing
the
in.
pizza ingredients. But here, this is a taco cone.
Fuck.
Based off the hard shell on
Less
top
than
of the
25
hamburger.
remain.
Nice.
Next time will be different. Return to base for debrief.
The meat is so smoky and rich. This is delicious. You have to be careful because some of the wet taco ingredients start rushing down.
I placed 18th without getting the kill.
Feel like taking on a bounty.
Going forever. You got some nice beans.
Like 140 some people.
I can drive.
They're not skimping. This is legitimately heavy. It's super fun to eat, but you gotta be quick. You wait too long. All those beautiful